That's Rita. Good evening and welcome to the Late Look North. Tonight, the King and Queen Consort visited Yorkshire for a second day. Thousands lined the streets of York and Doncaster today to welcome the King and Queen Consort on the second day of their visit to Yorkshire. While in York, eggs were thrown at the royal couple and a 23-year-old man was arrested. This afternoon, they went on to Doncaster and met officials in the Mansion House, where the King officially conferred city status on the former town. Abby Jayola followed their day.
The crowds in York gathered early to be there for this moment of history. The atmosphere and sense of excitement was then ruined by one man. Fortunately, the egg thrower had lousy aim and was quickly apprehended by the police. But the people hadn't turned up to let eggs dominate the day, and the royal party had a warm welcome arriving at the Minster.
We thought we'd set up camp early this morning and it's paid off.
To be in York when the King arrives for the first time is quite an experience, really.
Inside, the King and Queen Consort took part in a prayer service and met staff and children. Meanwhile, outside, thousands of well-wishers waited in torrential rain for the big moment of the day, the unveiling of a new statue of Queen Elizabeth II.
When I bless things, I sprinkle them with holy water. I said, do I sprinkle it with holy water? And they, well, no, you can't really, it's too high up. So the Lord provided a heavenly blessing of sprinkling, a bit irritating for the crowds and for me, but it has not dampened our spirits.
The royal party then moved on to better weather and another warm welcome in Doncaster, there to crown the former town a brand new city. Their Majesties took time to greet those who lined the streets with flags and flowers and spoke to excited children.
You not starting up school?
The royal couple were then welcomed into the Mansion House for a formal ceremony.
It is my hope that your new status will be taken not just as a mark of your community's great achievements in the past, but also your ambition for the future.
We've shown Doncaster at its best. The King actually mentioned what a great Yorkshire welcome, and we always knew that our people would turn out, and they have.
A right royal send-off from South Yorkshire's newest city. Abby Jayola, BBC Look North.
Now, it's taken decades, but today 100 women's rugby league players who represented their country on the international stage were awarded their caps for the very first time. Many of them were from West Yorkshire. Sally Hurst was at the ceremony at Headingley Stadium.
Player and coach back together. Lisa McIntosh and Jackie Sheldon were part of the GB squad that toured Australia in 1996. Back then, they had to pay for the privilege of competing on the international stage.
We did bucket collections, sponsored walk, car boot sales, and obviously the main special memory was obviously winning the series and bringing home the trophy. But being out there with that group of girls was really special.
Jackie Sheldon coached the team from 96 to 2003. Today, she's being inducted into the RFL's Roll of Honour.
I feel quite emotional as well, not only about the occasion, but to see the players all together after so long. It's just amazing, it's surreal.
It's going to be really special, and we're going to go down, obviously we get heritage number and go down in history, which is fantastic.
The awards part of it is really important because it validates you.
Hosting the event was RFL President Claire Balding.
Why on earth has it taken so long?
It's long overdue, and for a lot of those women, they will have felt, until now, underappreciated. So we need to make up for that. But I'm thrilled that it is changing, and I think we can already see, and we will again tonight when England go out to play Papua New Guinea and when they make it to the semi-finals on Monday and hopefully make it to the final at Old Trafford, they are in a very different place. They're not fully professional yet, but they're in a very different place from the women who went before them.
Women Lionesses should be at an event like this. They should have an event to celebrate.
All this was made possible by Julia Lee. She was a referee in '96 and felt strongly that these women should be recognised for their achievements.
It's right and wrong, because it's wrong that these women were never recognised and never given their caps and never given a heritage certificate. So yeah, it's a very emotional day for me, I must say, but it's just a lovely one, lovely one.
Congratulations to them. Now, a quick look at football, and two of our teams were in action tonight in the Carabao Cup. Sheffield Wednesday lost away at Southampton. After full time, it was 1-1, but Southampton won on penalties, and Leeds United lost 1-0 away at Wolves. Just time to look at the weather. Here's Paul.
Hello again, good evening. Some very mild air on its way through Thursday and through Friday. A lot of dry weather to come too. This is the chart for Friday. If you follow the isobars coming all the way up from Spain and Portugal, some spots as high as 18 degrees on Friday afternoon. A windy night to come. There might be a bit of patchy rain and drizzle mainly over the Pennines. Elsewhere it's dry with clear spells, and we'll see lowest temperatures around 8 degrees Celsius. So for tomorrow, again, some drizzle in the morning, especially across the Yorkshire Dales and West Yorkshire Pennines, but elsewhere it's dry. It's a day of variable cloud with some sunshine. The best of the sunny breaks always across eastern areas, and we'll see top afternoon temperatures peaking at around about 16, possibly 17 degrees. Perhaps the wind taking the edge off the temperatures. So confirmation on Friday, a windy day, but a bright one. Afternoon sunshine lifting temperatures to 18. Fine over the weekend, but somewhat cooler. That's the forecast.
Crikey, that does look mild, doesn't it? That's it from the late team here at Look North. Claire will be back with your breakfast bulletins from 6:25 in the morning. Till then, have a good evening. Bye-bye.